Raina from
Yes, speaking.
Yeah, I'm Shardur. I'm from TechM. I received a
Yeah,
profile for a technical review.
yeah. Hi, hi.
Yeah, sorry, there was a delay from uh, during the schedule for
Yeah,
previous
it's okay.
rounds. Yeah, so is it right time to talk with you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Uh, okay. Yeah, so Raina, can you start introducing yourself and your technical experience?
Yes, yes. Yeah, so I'm currently working in TCS for the last 5.5 years now, and we are
Okay.
working for JD Williams, which is a UK-based retail account. And here my responsibilities are mainly developing the functionalities for our client, and also like understanding what are their requirements, and as as properly we actually design the stories and create the Jira tickets actually. Then we will actually distribute among our team. And apart from that, bug fixing, unit testing also is part of my roles. And also we have daily scrum calls where you discuss about everything. And also like for my, this is more of my roles and responsibilities that I have for this client. And for my technical stats, I'm a backend Java developer, and here we are using Springboot microservices. And apart from that, for inter-service communication, we are using Kafka. And for versioning, we are using Git. And like for unit testing and all, we are using JUnit. And some of the groovy testing also we have, like Spock testing. And
Okay.
apart from that, we have Docker containers for like building and testing purpose. And for DB purpose, we are actually using AWS DynamoDB, which is a NoSQL DB. Yeah, that is like pretty much it.
Okay. If we start with how is it that like what is the difference between NoSQL and the normal SQL databases?
Uh, okay. So for NoSQL database means you don't have to write uh, for NoSQL. Let's say for DynamoDB, uh, this is more of a like document type where you don't have to specify all the attributes beforehand. It can be scaled, whatever means how you can use, means whatever attributes you can actually give them with the means what we actually tell about that range key and the hash key. With that we can actually add how many attributes we can actually add in that document file. But in that RDPMS, so we have to maintain the structures. We need to predefine, means what are the attributes, and what are the type. We need to define that, and as per that we need to add the values. But here we don't have to follow this kind of a thing.
Okay. So
Yeah.
uh, in in which cases you think the NoSQL works best?
um, so whatever I think about that, we are actually for means we are belongs to the product squad where we are actually saving like product datas and all. Here we have like several attributes. If some attributes are new, then we don't have to create again, and means alter that table to add some more attribute, and then uh, add our uh, add our ingested file into that DB. For using like NoSQL DB, you can actually add, means if the new attribute comes from our customer, we can actually directly add that into that document without changing or altering any of the table requirement, because it doesn't have that predefined structure in it. It just have like the hash key and the range key. With that, we are actually creating the documents.
Okay. So how does it change the dynamics when we are fetching and putting data into database?
Okay. For fetching and putting data into database, mainly what we do means, first of all we need to actually configure that DynamoDB. Means we have like one set of DynamoDB has been created in the AWS console, and the AWS in that access key and the secret key we actually get, and we actually means configure them in the code base, where we actually get those and create the DynamoDB client, and then we're actually passing, means we're actually creating the entities, where we actually defined like this is the Dynamo table, and then we actually define all the attributes. Let's say it's a DynamoDB attribute. This is the at the rate DynamoDB hash key, DynamoDB range key. In that way, we actually define the entities, and then we just pass that entity file, and we have like several commands are there, like DynamoDB mapper.save, like save all. This type of predefined methods are there, so we can directly save that document into that DynamoDB, and whenever you are any retrieval operation perform, you can actually use like predefined function as well, like load async, or you can actually use like normal you can uh, use like query expression also, where you just pass whatever expression you need, means whatever condition you need, you just pass that in that query expression and get that from that get the value from that query expression as a list.
Okay, uh, so DynamoDB is which type of NoSQL?
Sorry, which type of?
NoSQL. There are several types of NoSQL, right? So what is a DynamoDB falls in? Like in which category?
Mm, um,
Um, okay.
yeah,
Uh,
actually, no.
yeah, it's fine. Uh, okay, so how much work you've done in Java? I mean, uh, have you worked only on the Spring frameworks, or have you used any previous technologies?
Yes. No. I am actually using like Springboot microservices for like last 2.5 years, and
Okay,
previously we are actually working for the same client. Means I am total years of experience is like 5.5 in TCS, and we are working for the same client, that JD Williams client. Previously, what we have like that was the monolithic architecture. What we are doing that was based on the Hybris. And now what you're doing, we're actually breaking down into microservice level. Means we have like different squads. I'm part of the product squad. We have like a different checkout squad, promotion squad, like that. Now we're actually breaking down that monolithic architecture into like microservice. So previously, I have actually worked on Hybris 2.5 years,
okay.
and more of a 5 years of
Can you tell me
Java
about
experience I have.
yeah, can you tell me about this Hybris you mentioned?
Hybris architecture.
Yeah.
Okay. So Hybris architecture, in that Hybris architecture, what we actually have means we have like different, that the Hybris framework we're talking about. In that is the monolithic architecture. We have like all the code base in the single application, and in that as Hybris actually suggested many inbuilt frameworks, like we have like HMC console, where we can actually manage our data. Means whatever data we are actually passing, we can actually manage that from that HMC console. And also we have like hack. In that hack, what you have like you can actually check out, means what are the properties you have already there. You can actually change that, or you can actually update the
So
thing. Yeah.
it is okay. Okay. So it is a kind of a templatized version of.
uh, yes, it's a Hybris basically is a framework. What you means with that, you can actually perform like the retail retail things you can actually perform. You can actually add your business logic as well with overriding the previous
Okay.
things what you
Yeah,
are defined in Hybris.
okay. So, yeah, you worked on this NoSQL. Can you tell me a disadvantage, like there a scenario maybe wherein this NoSQL will not be useful?
Okay. Hmm, Honestly speaking, as of now, we actually can't find any disadvantage. But
Okay.
but whatever I think about, we have like only means upstart means we can actually only update the document, not deleting it. Um, that I think means whenever we are actually passing the value, we are actually normally update the document. Now we are deleting the whole document as of now. Maybe that cannot be done with the NoSQL.
Okay. How do you find the performance of NoSQL compared to SQL?
Performance basic NoSQL actually means it's a very fast compared to any RDBMS, because we have like everything is means everything you can get with that hash key and the range key. Means whatever you are performing, that is basically performing on the hash key and the range key, and that actually segments wise is actually divided into several chunks. Whenever you are mentioning that hash key and the range key, it actually performs as a composite key and takes the value from the DB.
Okay. So, um, do you follow any CI/CD pipelines?
We actually have like CI/CD pipeline with the Jenkins, but that actually I don't do, because we have like separate team for that.
Okay.
Separate platform team actually configures the Jenkins.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, we'll move to the Java part. Okay.
Okay.
So, um, yeah, which type of collections you used?
Mainly collections I have used like array list and like hash maps, hash set. So those type of mainly collection I have used in the applications.
Okay. And yeah, can you tell me a difference between a list and a set?
List and a set.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So list is basically the array list. If you are talking about, you can actually add like list of generic values, and also you can add the same value one after another, and it will actually store that as a list. But in the case of set, if you are it actually follows the hash code and the equals it follows the hash code and the equals method. So whenever you are putting the same value, it will actually not create one duplicate record. It will actually simply override that the previous one. So this is like the set, and set also can have like one null, but you can actually add whatever how many times nulls you can actually add that in the add list, because just perform just performs that add operation, doesn't actually check whatever the things are there in the add list.
Okay. And have you used tree map?
um, Not
Have you
exactly
used?
used, but yeah, means I know about the tree map, but honestly speaking, in our application it doesn't
Okay.
actually need about the tree map as of now.
Okay. And which type of collection you will use when I want to retrieve faster data, like
It,
search kind of a functionality if I want to implement? Which collection you will use?
Okay, for search, I think the best is the add list, because you can actually directly with the position you can actually get that. So I think add list will be the faster one whenever you are comparing to any other collection, any other collections, like say linked list or hash map.
Okay. So okay. So like let's say it might be a very strange example, but it's like I want to implement let's say the autocomplete. You know the autocomplete of Google, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
autocomplete.
So let's say I already have the data with me, maybe stored in uh, any database.
Mhm.
I want to like I want to let's say log into Gmail or something like that. So when I start typing GMAIL,
Mhm.
so in the backend it suggests me that whenever I type G, it says that go to gmail.com. So
Okay.
how can we implement like which type of collection you will use for this type of suggestion?
Okay. So I think this type is actually performs with the key value pair. So I think it will actually goes to that hash map region whenever you are actually putting some value, and it will actually checks with the key. If that matches, then it will actually fetches the value for you. That actually so that actually have like the go to Gmail.
Okay. So you might have worked on multi-threading, right?
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
okay. So can you tell me what is the life cycle of a thread?
So mainly life cycle of a thread is first of all thread we have to create the thread, then it will actually goes to the runnable, then it's running, then if anything comes out, then it will actually get blocked. After that it will goes to again that runnable and running, then it will terminate.
Okay. And how do we start our own thread?
We can actually start our own thread by having we can actually create the new thread p1 equal to new thread, then we can actually start our new thread in that with the lambda expression also we can actually create the set of lines that we actually perform in that thread only.
Okay. And is there any other way?
Yeah, any other way we have actually by overriding that uh, run method, you can actually start one thread.
Okay. And how do we ensure the thread safety? I mean, what is thread safety and how do we ensure it?
Okay, so for thread safety, let's say I'm giving an example of let's say for such singleton class. Means whenever
Mm.
you are asking for any singleton class and you have like only one, you want only one object of that class in the runtime. But if that is not the thread safe, let's say you have not actually used like synchronized block in that while creating the singleton class. So whenever two thread actually comes to get that, means to execute that get instance of that singleton class, it will actually ended up giving two different instance of that class. So instead of instead of creating one singleton class, you need to first of all check that first you need to check that the instance is null or not in the synchronized block. Then you also need to again check that instance is null or not. Then just return that instance whenever uh, at that time only you can get only one instance each and every time, instead of like two T1 and T2 thread. Both of
Okay.
them will get one instance.
Okay. Okay. So what is a singleton? I mean, why we require a singleton object?
Singleton is basically is like you want only one instance of that class to be there in that runtime. So that is like the singleton. Means let's say for Spring, the bean scope is a default scope is a singleton. Means whenever you are creating one bean, that whenever you are getting that bean, that instance you will get only the same instance you will get each and every time.
Okay. Why we require this kind of functionality?
Okay. So mainly, actually read that. Just a moment.
Okay. Do you know different design patterns?
Design patterns, yeah, factory design patterns I have used, and also like prototype. Also we have used,
Okay.
and so mainly like creational design patterns on the I have used in our applications.
Okay. And what are the other types? I mean, what are the other categories of it?
Yeah,
Hello.
I actually I actually forgot.
Okay, okay, it's fine. Uh, okay, so you worked on Java 8,
Yes,
and which functionalities of Java 8 you have used?
on Java 8 we have used like the stream and lambda expression also we have used. Apart from that, we have used like functional interface. Uh,
Can you explain me what is your functional interface?
yes. So means before like Java 8, we don't have like the default method and as well as the static method in the interface. But now we actually have. It actually helps that you don't need to means you don't need to have like one implementation of that method to execute, because you have like all the implementation in the interface itself. You just call that default method, or let's say static method, to get the implementation. So that is the like use of functional interface. And we can actually use like with the default keyword, that is like the default method in the interface, and also like normal static method also we can have.
Okay. Mm. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Uh, yeah, I'll share my feedback. Uh,
Oh, okay.
just for a confirmation, I
Hmm.
require to like for a video call confirmation.
Yeah, please.
Is is this the same number? Uh,
Uh, this is
for your
for WhatsApp.
WhatsApp or yeah.
Sorry. This is not the number. And
Okay. Can you ping me on WhatsApp maybe so that
yes, 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 yes.
huh?
Just a moment. I'm actually not wear any shirt. Let
Okay,
me
okay.
just.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a moment. I'm pinging you.
Yeah. Just ping me and then we can call.
Yes, yes, yes. Just a moment.